Good afternoon, Muttonistas, back on the road again, and this time it's for another football vlog in the Champions League. City's first away game of the season, which is away to Monaco, somewhere I'm not, to be honest, very keen on. Anyway, Monaco itself is dry today, so I've come to Cannes to take lunch for our food segment. But it should still be a cracking matchday vlog, and let's hope City can perform a bit better than last season in their away games in the 2025-26 Champions League. Join me for today's matchday vlog. So, as I said, Muttonistas, I'm in Cannes in front of the station. I'm not going to have a meal at the station, of course. I'm going to have a lunch at a seafood restaurant. I want to have a drink with my lunch and then a bit of beer, so I'm actually basing myself in Nice rather than Monaco. Apart from sky-high prices, Monaco is actually dry on match days when it comes to the Champions League, and I think they don't want City fans roaming around getting drunk. Well, they're missing out on something there, in my opinion. Anyway, without further ado, Muttonistas, let's go and have an exorbitant, expensive, delicious, rich, and, shall we say, over-the-top lunch. Okay, Muttonistas, I'll talk a bit more about the match later, but we have to concentrate on the food first. I'll just say I hope we do better than we did last time out. I remember we started off with a draw at home to Inter. We've improved on that against Napoli, and then we had those two wins against Prague and Bratislava. I've forgotten which Prague team it was. So we were on 7 points after 3 games, which was decent, but we got bogged down there because we played some of the weakest teams early on. Monaco are a mid-range team, of course, in France. PSG rule the roost and nobody really gets close to them, but I hope we start off better because I'm hoping we'll finish in the top 8, or if we don't, that we don't get a nasty draw from finishing pretty low down in the 9th to 24th section. Anyway, seafood's the name of the game today, and I'm guessing this is a meal you won't all be repeating given the price and extravagance of it. So, Muttonistas, apart from Louis Roederer champagne, yes, again a bit over the top, we've ordered the assortiment de fruits de mer. Costs about €110, so not cheap. A selection of fresh seafood. It's something called biggers, palords, clams, I know that, whelks, prawns and oysters. And rather surprisingly, that has come before the fish soup that we ordered. I thought the fish soup would come first, but I don't mind. So we'll get stuck into this, Muttonistas, before some more football talk, maybe a bit of beer, but for the time being, I declare myself match fit. Come on, City. Okay, Muttonistas, for the mains, because that was, well, I don't know, I mean, calorifically, those pieces of shellfish are not a lot, but I think just a bowl of fish soup will round this meal off nicely. I'll show you the accompaniments first. Croutons, grated cheese and roux, which is like a garlic mayonnaise type thing, which you actually put on top of the croutons. You actually sprinkle the cheese on top of the soup. So there you go, Muttonistas, the crouton with cheese and roux dunked into the fish soup. Yes, a great harmony of flavours, garlic, cheese, fishiness. I'm going to enjoy this, and I'll see you at the pub. And I will wipe off that piece of cheese from my chin. Oh, and Muttonistas, I forgot a quick digestive, an XO cognac. Better get that train back to Nice and then on to Monaco. Right, Muttonistas. I thought that the stadium was a 15-minute walk away from the station. Just looked on Google Maps, it's suggesting it's 30 minutes. Now, there are supposed to be some buses. I don't know what's going to go on. I'm going to get there a bit early. I'm going to forgo a pre-match pint. I've had plenty to drink already. I'll have some after the game, hopefully, if I can get back to Nice easily. But my thoughts are that we should win this game. I think Guardiola is now showing enough flexibility. I'm hoping we keep that settled back line. I don't know if Kuzanov is fit, but let's hope he is. O'Reilly, Diaz and Guardiola. Rodri in the middle of the park, probably with Bernardo, and I'm not sure who else. Hopefully Reinders, and there is some suggestion Cherky might be fit, but I don't think he'll be back in. And let's hope we have Doku, Foden and Haaland as the trident up front. I think that should be too much for Monaco. As I said earlier in the video, PSG really do rule the roost here. And whilst I think we'll get a tough game, I think we're going to win. I'm going to go for 2-1 City. Let's hope I'm right. Okay, Muttonistas, I will see you at the stadium. So yes, Muttonistas, the team news is out. The team is as I expected, except no Kuzanov and John Stones. Who's playing right back? Is there a new tactical brew with 3 centre-halves? Or is Stones going to play there? Well, who knows? Let's see how it unfolds. I'm sure Pep, as always, knows what he's doing. And the train I wanted to catch, the 1951, is half an hour late, so I'm going to get the later train. I could have had my pint. Oh well, never mind. Let's hope that there are no further problems. So even though the walk is quite a long one, they have all these escalators which are necessary, because otherwise half of us will be absolutely knackered on the way back. What a soulless stadium. This is tiny ground and a running track as well, not generating a good atmosphere. Only 10 minutes in and I've been discussing with fellow supporters what role Johnny Stones is playing tonight. Right of a 3 it seems, with, I believe, our left back O'Reilly stepping into midfield when necessary. But for me, he seems to have been all over the pitch like a midfield libero. City had been in control of the game for most of the first 15, and then the ball was lofted forward beautifully, and the agility of Erling Haaland yet again shone through. 1-0 City. Block him. Oh! There, 1-1. It was a good good shot, a good finish, but I really think that should have been closed down. Anyway, on we go at 1-1. On Phil. On. Gone. Gone. Oh. Come on. Oh, go on.
Oh. Slip it.
Just on the shade of half-time, City have got a second. There have been some good chances created, some rather poor shooting at times, but when the ball goes out there to our man Haaland, he knows how to stick it away. Great cross from Nico O'Reilly, good work with Doku on my right and our left. So hopefully we'll go in at half-time 2-1. I think it's what we deserve. Half-time, Monaco 1, City 2. Again, City largely controlled and dominated, but we did have that lapse. It was actually part of a 5-minute sticky spell that we had after going 1-0 up. Some good incisive footwork around the box, playing 1-2s and other balls very quickly. It's something that we kind of forgot how to do when we were playing that slow side-to-side stuff for a lot of last season. So lots of encouragement here, not just for this game, but for the rest of the season. One more should put Monaco to bed, I think. We've defended okay, the odd lapse here and there, and on the whole we have moved the ball around. However, as I said earlier, some of the shooting and final balls, come on, let's do it better. Come on, City.
And again. Take him on, hit it. Hit it.
Well, an hour in, Rodri coming off for Nico, which seems to be the template at the moment. Presumably his fitness still isn't 100%, but we've gone off the boil here. We need to step up. We need to get ourselves back in there. We need to react quicker than they do, because we're losing second balls and we're giving up chances.
Go on, keep going, keep going.
Go on. Very hard to tell what was going on there, but we should have put this game to bed already. I mean, we shouldn't be in this situation. Well, let's hope it's not a penalty. I didn't see anything from behind the goal, but it wasn't the best angle. Donnarumma has been booked. What is he doing? It's kicking off here. Oh dear, I don't know what's happened there. Somebody said there was a red card. I didn't see it, but maybe he has been sent. I don't know why he had to run with the ball to the bench. I've really no idea. Donnarumma's still on the pitch. I've looked at my own footage time and time again, and I don't see it why it's a penalty, but again, maybe the angle. Will this be the one time that they don't actually change their minds? I mean, it happens once in a blue moon, but usually the people in the TV centre or the refs with access to TV, they actually study it carefully and get it right. Right, he's getting it. So the explanation on the screen is that a City player kicked one of their players in the head as he was trying to head the ball. Well, I'll have to look at the TV footage for that. Okay, Muttonistas, I've parked myself at the Café de Paris, I think it's called. Not many places open in Nice at this time of night, and of course Monaco are completely dead lost. They wanted us out of there as quickly as possible. But I will say that the police operation in and out was actually pretty good. And I'm obviously aware that opposing supporters do sometimes watch these vlogs. So if you're a Monaco fan, I do have a question for you. Maybe you can answer in the comments. Where do Monaco fans come from? I understand 40,000 or slightly less than 40,000 is the population of Monaco, and I think some of the flats and apartments there are actually, well, unoccupied for large parts of the year. Maybe is it people from parts of France surrounding Monaco, or people who used to live there or were born there and have moved elsewhere? I don't know, I'd like to know. Now, of course, the other thing is Monaco have had a glorious past. I remember the 5-3 and 3-1 games when you had people like Mendy, Falcao and Mbappe, Bernardo, a very, very strong team back then. This wasn't such a strong team. I don't want to disrespect Monaco, but I think maybe it was the easiest game of our 4 aways this season. The atmosphere was very, very flat, and as I said earlier, nowhere particularly around Nice station to get a drink afterwards. So all in all, I think, would you think that was a disappointing away trip?
It's a nice place, and we didn't lose, so it's all
okay,
right.
well there's some optimism from a fellow City fan. Okay, all right, well I love the optimism.
My mate loves you, by the way. Joe Doherty's called, so you need to say hello.
Okay, I speak with Joe Doherty online. So.
Up the Blues.
So, on to the game itself, Muttonistas. What a disappointment that was. They were there for the taking. City should have won that game. They threw it away. They could have been put to bed. I just thought everybody was a little bit off key today. I thought everybody was a bit slow on the whole. Phil Foden actually got things going, possibly an exception. 2 finishes from Haaland as always, but I don't know, a lot of people in the engine room just weren't at the races today. Slow to the second balls, playing at a canter. I just don't think you can do that when you're only 1 goal in front. And this Scallion lager is actually not too bad. I don't think it's particularly strong. Not come across it before, but it's a bit malty, which is good for a continental lager. So time to love you and leave you again, Muttonistas, in terms of upcoming vlogs. Loads of stuff from America, from Ireland, from Asia still to come out. In terms of my next football vlog, it will be a while. I'm not going to Brentford, I'm doing something else at the weekend, and there's an international break after that. I'm actually quite busy on some of the weekends coming up, so I think it'll be the League Cup or EFL Cup game away at Swansea, my next vlog. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. Please keep liking, please keep subscribing, please keep sharing, but most of all, don't forget, you can't beat a bit of mutton.